Hello, and hello! Welcome to Exploring Tech. It is Thursday, the 20th of December. I'm Dominic Mulligan, and here are this week's top stories. iinet has walked out of piracy talks. The Australian ISP was in discussions with Hollywood about the issues of piracy and copyright infringement, but they announced this week that those discussions had ceased. iinet's Chief Regulatory Officer Steve Dalby said that the conversation had failed to move on, and that the rights holders are insisting that ISPs do work on their behalf. It's not iinet's job to play online police. The High Court spoke loud and clear in their verdict when they ruled categorically that ISPs have no obligation to protect the rights of third parties, and we're not prepared to harass our customers when the industry has no clear obligation to do so. iinet has said that they are still open to finding a solution, but that they strongly believe that that solution should be centred around fair and easy access of content to Australian consumers. This whole idea that people will wait 12 to 18 months, consumers are just not buying it. You've got to address what is now a broken model from last century. Google has apologised for the delays in production and shipping of the Nexus 4. Google's flagship phone has been sold out pretty much since day one, and some of those that have managed to get an order through still don't have the device in their hands. Earlier this week, Dan Cobley, Google UK and Ireland Managing Director, apologised via Google+, citing scarce and erratic suppliers as the issue. I realised that the people who ordered the Nexus 4 so early are among our most committed and loyal users, and we are doing all we can to put things right. Still, however, the phone remains sold out, which is a shame, because I want one. Earlier this week, Instagram changed its terms of service, much to the dismay of pretty much the entire internet. The new terms of service raised questions about the ownership of images posted to the service, and many were concerned that the new terms allowed Instagram to use, distribute, or even sell users' photographs without permission. After a huge public backlash, Instagram clarified their position. This is not true, and it is our mistake that this language is confusing. To be clear, it is not our intention to sell your photos. We are working on updated language in the terms to make sure this is clear. It seems then that most of the confusion is arising from Instagram's plan to monetize the service with a sort of promoted tweet-style service. It just seems that the language in the terms of service is a bit off. But that hasn't stopped thousands of people from deleting their Instagram accounts, so we'll see what happens there. Although it sounds like a plot point out of The Matrix, a bunch of scientists are devising a way to determine whether the entire universe is actually a simulation. They reckon that there's a couple of tells in the rules of physics that may indicate that we're actually running on a giant supercomputer and we're not in fact real. And if that's not enough to ruin your Christmas, that's all the news we've got for you. I've been Dominic Mulligan, and I'll see you next week.